In today's video, we're going to be looking at homesteading, bushcraft, and off-grid living and the differences therein. These three are often used synonymously, but they're actually quite different. So in today's video, we're going to be quickly defining what each one is, briefly talking about the difference, and at the very end, we'll address some common misconceptions, so make sure you stick around. Let's start with the one that often causes the most confusion, bushcraft. So what is bushcraft? Well, bushcraft is the acquisition and usage of skills and knowledge in order not just to survive, but thrive in the natural environment. Bushcraft imitates survival situations in which you commonly have just a knife and a hatchet and are expected to use your skills and understanding to thrive. While bushcraft can be permanent, it's typically used as a short-term way for people to get back in tune with their rural roots. Bushcraft is different than camping in that what you bring with you while in the wilderness is limited to the clothes you wear and a set of basic tools like a knife and a hatchet. It's all about using what's around you rather than using that sweet new tent or water filter. Bushcraft is about making what's around you work for you, while camping is just about enjoying what's around you. So how is bushcraft any different than homesteading? Well, homesteading is the pursuit of the self-sufficient lifestyle with the end goal being complete independence and self-sufficiency. Homesteading is commonly associated with permaculture and the everyday farming lifestyle, but the main difference is that homesteading doesn't aim to make millions on their properties, only what's necessary. This can involve small-scale production of craftwork, clothing, and other artisan works for household use or to sell so you can keep your property. While there can be aspects of bushcraft involved, homesteading is a lifestyle geared towards permanent self-sufficiency and often gets very technical and advanced in the way that that's achieved. And I know what you're thinking. If that's the definition of homesteading, how is it any different than off-grid? Well, let me tell you. Off-grid only means the lack of connection to the local public utilities such as electricity, water, and sewer. Off-grid does not mean you have to dig your own well and grow your own food. It simply means the electricity you get isn't from the local public power plant, the sewage you create doesn't go to the local public sewer system, and the water you draw doesn't come from the local public water treatment facility. And if you're still confused about how these three are different from each other, the easiest way to describe their differences would be to simplify the heart of each one. Off-grid, at its heart, is very black and white. You're either off-grid or you're not. There is no in-between. It's as simple as a yes or no statement. While homesteading, on the other hand, is about the pursuit of the lifestyle rather than the end result. Bushcraft, though, is all about simplicity. It's about returning to your roots and taking in everything around you to thrive in the wilderness. Or, simply put, off-grid is a yes or no statement, homesteading is a lifestyle, and bushcraft is a way of life. So now that we have a definition for each of these three, there are a couple common misconceptions that people commonly make even after hearing them, and I'd like to clear those up in this video. Now there are many misconceptions people can have, but I'm only going to talk about 6 of the main ones. So, starting with number 1, homestead means completely independent and self-sufficient. With a myth like this, it's a simple matter of priorities. Homesteading is about the journey. While the end goal is to be completely self-sufficient, homesteading doesn't mean you're there yet. It just means you're getting better with each step. Number 2, you have to be off-grid to homestead. Again, off-grid is a part of the end goal, but it doesn't mean you're there yet. I'd say this is more true about bushcraft than homesteading. Number 3, off-grid means you procure your own food. While you can procure your own food while off-grid is just about the lack of connection to public facilities such as electricity, water, and sewer. Food has nothing to do with it. Number 4, bushcraft is just controlled survival experiences. Bushcraft is more about thriving in the wilderness, while survival experiences is just about staying alive until rescue comes. Number 5, off-grid means isolated. Now this isn't necessarily true, because you can go off-grid even in the city. Remember, off-grid just means the lack of connection to public facilities such as electricity, water, and sewer. And finally, number 6, you need lots of land to do any of these. While this may be true of bushcraft in some areas, homesteading and off-grid living is totally achievable on a 1/4 acre just as well as 200 acres. Now, there are a lot more misconceptions I've seen people make, but in all honesty, I think if you have a good understanding of how to define each of these, the misconceptions take care of themselves. So, I hope this video helped clear up some of the misconceptions, but if you still have questions, leave a comment below so I can help clear it up. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Alex Harris, and this is how I live.